Hello, data folks. Thanks for joining me again on this channel for data and IT professionals. In our previous videos, we've covered a wide range of data modeling concepts, including entities, relationship types, cardinality, and the standard notations used to represent them in entity relationship diagrams. So, once you're familiar with all of that, the next question that naturally comes up is, what tools should I use to create these data models? Or in other words, what are the best ways to create ER diagrams? That's a great question because today there are many tools available, from simple diagramming tools to enterprise-grade data modeling platforms. So, in today's video, we're going to explore some of the most commonly used tools for creating ERDs and data models. To make things easier, I've grouped these tools into three categories. First, we'll look at general-purpose diagramming tools that provide support for ERD shapes, such as Lucidchart, Draw.io, and Microsoft Visio. Next, we'll explore professional enterprise data modeling tools, such as Erwin Data Modeler, RStudio, and SqlDBM. And finally, we'll look at a newer category often referred to as ERD-as-code tools, with Diagram.io being one of the most popular examples. We'll understand the strengths and limitations of each category, where they fit best, and the types of users and organizations that typically use them. And instead of just talking about these tools, I'll demonstrate one tool from each category so that you can get some real hands-on exposure and understand how they differ in practice. All right, let's jump straight into it. We'll begin with the most basic category, general-purpose diagramming tools. These are tools that most people already have access to or have used at some point in their work or studies. They include options like Lucidchart, Draw.io, and Microsoft Visio. The key idea here is simple. These tools let you visually create ER diagrams using shapes and connectors. You drag and drop entities, connect them with relationships, and arrange everything on the canvas. They're great for communication and documentation, especially when you're discussing requirements with business teams or presenting a system design. However, they don't really understand database structure. For example, they don't enforce things like primary keys, foreign keys, or data types, and they won't generate SQL or validate your model against the database. Now, let's quickly see how this works in practice using Lucidchart. Please create a blank document and make sure entity relationship shapes are enabled. For this demo, I'm going to keep things simple and build a basic e-commerce system model using three entities: customer, order, and order item. So first, I'll create the customer entity. This represents a user or a buyer in the system. Next, I'll add the order entity. This represents a purchase made by a customer. Now I'll connect customer to order. As we discussed in our previous videos, this is a typical one-to-many relationship. In ER diagrams, relationships can be shown in a couple of ways. For simplicity, we can represent relationships using only the maximum cardinality on both sides, like one-to-many or many-to-many. Or, if you want a more complete representation, you can define both the minimum and maximum cardinality on each side. For example, it could be 1 and only 1 to 0 or 1, or 1 and only 1 to 1 or many, depending on the rules of the system. If you want to learn more about relationship types, you can refer to our previous videos in this playlist. For this demo, we'll keep it simple and use the basic one-to-many notation. Now let's add the order item entity as well. You can follow the same approach to build a complete ERD by adding more entities like products, suppliers, stores, employees, and more depending on your project requirements. What's important here is how quickly and cost-effectively we can visually communicate this structure. That's the main strength of tools like Lucidchart. They enable fast, clear diagramming for communication and documentation without the cost and complexity of more specialized data modeling tools. Another important advantage of Lucidchart is collaboration. Multiple people can work on the same diagram, share feedback, and make changes in real time, which makes it very effective for team-based design and collaboration. Next, let's talk about the second category, professional data modeling tools. The tools we looked at earlier are great for creating and sharing ER diagrams. But in real-world projects, data models become much more detailed and closely tied to the actual database implementation. At that point, we need more than just a diagramming tool. We need a tool that truly understands database-specific objects, features, and structure. This is where professional data modeling tools like Erwin Data Modeler, Studio, and SqlDBM come in. These tools provide what we often call database intelligence. Unlike general-purpose diagramming tools, they understand core database concepts such as entities, attributes, primary keys, foreign keys, data types, constraints, and relationships. They also support database-specific features and syntax, depending on the platform you're working with. Because of this deep understanding, they can do much more than just drawing diagrams. For example, they can generate DDL scripts directly from your data model. This is known as forward engineering, where your design is converted into actual database objects. They can also work in the opposite direction. You can connect to an existing database and automatically generate a data model from it. This is called reverse engineering. These capabilities make professional data modeling tools especially valuable in enterprise environments, where accuracy, consistency, and governance are critical. Now let's move on and take a look at one of the most widely used tools in this category, Erwin Data Modeler. As soon as you launch Erwin, you are presented with several options. One important option is Reverse Engineer, which allows you to create a data model directly from an existing database. We'll cover forward and reverse engineering in more detail in a later video. For now, let's start with the Create Project or Create Model option. If you're working on a single database design, just creating a model is usually enough. But if you're working on multiple databases, like a transactional system, a data warehouse, and data marts all for the same business, then creating a project and organizing multiple models inside it becomes more useful. For this demo, let's go ahead with the Create Model option. Here, you need to choose whether you want to build a conceptual, logical, or physical model, depending on your design stage. You also need to select the target database platform, especially if you're working on a physical data model. This is the main user interface of Erwin Data Modeler. At the top, you have a main menu and ribbon tabs such as File, Home, View, Diagram, Project Explorer, and others. These tabs give you quick access to model creation, diagram management, validation, and other modeling tasks. In the center, you have the main canvas, where you visually create and edit entities, columns, and relationships. You can simply add objects and connect them to create relationships. On the right side of the canvas, you will see the Properties panel, which shows detailed information about the selected object. The action log records all the actions performed during the session, and it also helps you undo changes to a specific point when needed. The Advisory section shows recommendations, warnings, and best practice suggestions as you work on the model. And finally, the Overview window gives you a miniature of the entire diagram, making it easier to navigate large models. Now let's quickly try creating our customer, order, and order item tables in Erwin Data Modeler. First, we add the 3 tables and name them accordingly. Next, we define the columns for each entity. You can use the Tab key to navigate between columns, and use Enter key to add new column. You can also use the Properties panel to manage columns in greater detail. From here, you can add new columns or remove existing ones as needed. One key advantage of tools in this category is that they provide proper database-specific data types and constraints, which ensures your model aligns closely with real database standards. Next, we define relationships between the entities. It's also important to note that notations can sometimes look different depending on the configuration. If needed, you can change the notation style for model properties. I've only created 3 tables here for simplicity, but in real-world projects, you will typically work with many more tables and complex relationships. Once your model is ready, you can use forward engineering to generate database objects. You can either generate SQL scripts and run them manually, or deploy them directly if you have set up an active connection to your database in Erwin. What really sets enterprise tools apart is their database intelligence. They generate accurate, platform-specific SQL syntax based on the database you are targeting. On top of that, they support enterprise features like naming standards, data type standards, and modeling governance, which are essential for large and complex systems. Now that we've looked at enterprise data modeling tools, it's time to move on to a new and completely different category in the data modeling space: ERD-as-code tools. dbdiagram.io is a good example that is getting rapid traction. It also offers a free plan with some limitations, which should be good enough for anyone getting started with. Now look at how it works. You simply write code in a predefined syntax called database markup language, and the diagram is automatically generated from it. This approach is very developer-friendly. It uses a human-readable, language-like format and supports Git integration and version control, which makes it easier to track changes over time. And the good part is, it also offers limited forward and reverse engineering features through its import and export options. That's all for today. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And as always, please share this with your network. It really helps us bring more useful videos your way. Thanks for watching.